Hi guys, today I want to talk a little bit about the messaging possibilities we have inside the system. And depending on your account, you might have some of those and you might not have the other ones. But they are pretty similar in the way they are set up, so that's not too difficult. If you know one of them, you know all of them. But they are different in what they do. So the first one, very briefly, is the auto direct messaging welcome DM. That means whenever you get a new follower, they get a new a message. And this you set this up first by going to the message tab, and then you type in messages. So you say, for instance, "Hi, welcome to my page." To click add message, and after you can write more messages and then you save. The one thing that you can do is that number one is you can see here you can use this double curly braces with the word username inside. Then this will be replaced by the username, and this sounds much better. So I've down here I have, for instance, welcome to my page full name, so that will be replaced welcome to my page Wolfgang. Yeah. There's also the possibility, which you see here, to use syntax, which is a special syntax where you start with one curly braces, so not two like here. And then you have different variants, and the variants are separated by vertical bars. And then while this message is being sent, the system selects one of these. So in this case, it would be either be hey or hi or hello. Wolfgang, good to have you. And then it will be either here or on my page. And if you do this cleverly, for instance, with emojis, I can use a different set of smiling emojis. You'll have, with very few letters, you'll have a very big variety in different sentences. And that's very good for you, Instagram, because it shows that it's not a bot-like thing. When you always send the same sentence, you will get blocked at one point in time. So the first thing is to set up this message. You type as many as you want, then you click save. And the second thing is to go to the settings. And in this case, because this is automatically for new followers, so you can only set the speed. As usual, I recommend starting very slow, and the pause. So from when to when, and then you set it to active and you save. And that's that. There is another direct messaging, which is cold mail. I do absolutely not recommend you to use this because it's very spammy and you get it endangers the account, because the thing is not about Instagram itself, but people get your message and they might sort of click on this button. I don't know this person, this is spam. And if you collect a few of those, you will get banned. So I recommend not to use it. But if you absolutely want to, it works the same way. You add different messages. The only thing that's different is you can see you can use um, photos. You can add a photo to this. So if you have like a very cool photo and you think you're not going to be caught for spam, then by all means you can go about it. And then you can select hashtags, places, people in the search as usual, and set up the speed. But what is want most of all to talk about is this new one, which is called HyperDM here. And again, the setup works the same way. So you first type your messages. Again, you can use the syntax as you saw before. You can use the whole name. But when does this one get sent? This one gets sent if somebody already writes to you. So this happens a lot when you do story voting, mass voting, that people get curious. It's like, who writes to me? And they write a message to you. They say, "Who are you? Why do you vote on my story?" And so you need to sort of take that into account in the way you answer. So you need to have some very, very general messages to answer. So, like for instance, thank you for contacting me. Um, I've I found your page and got curious. Yeah, that would be one message, for instance. So another one could be, um, "Hey, I just liked your story." So you can always say whatever they say. You can say, "Hope you don't mind." Yeah. So these kind of things. And again, use syntax to vary this, because if you only do two, and you answer everybody with one of those two, then very soon Instagram will catch that. Again, save, and in the settings here, there's nothing you can set other than you can set a pause, because what it does, it just stands by, and whenever somebody sends something to you, it'll automatically answer. So you can say, okay, again, it's always good to have a sleep break. So go from 8 in the evening to 8 in the morning, for instance, save. And that's it. Oh, sorry, I forgot to activate, of course, save. So now it's activated. So this will just be like an autoresponder. And that's all there is to it. Very, very helpful. Um, Specifically, but I would only switch it on if you really get tons of private messages, because otherwise, if you have only 5 a day, then please answer them manually and you'll get so much more out of it. But if you get 200 a day, then it gets difficult. Then set something up. And then the people who answer a second time, you can fish those out and you can sort of basically get in touch with it. But most people there's also bots that automatically send you messages and they will not write the second time and then you don't need to answer them. The system does that for you. That's it. Hope you like it.